Cage 64 on the 23rd of November at Aino Areena, Järvenpää. Live on pay-per-view at cage.fi. ShopperScreen. Elämykselliset AV-ratkaisut ja videotykkien vuokraus. ShopperScreen.com. The young super prospect, 22-year-old John Vetle Furuheim, is a world champion in K1 and Muay Thai, and on top of that, possesses serious wrestling and grappling skills. In February, the Norwegian Wonder Boy recorded the fastest knockout in cage history.
It feels great to be back here fighting in Helsinki. It feels like fighting at home. I feel like the crowd loves me and I love them, so it feels great.
Mirlanio Nascimento is an undefeated finisher with a 100% stoppage rate. The 24-year-old Brazilian prospect is a tough challenge no matter where the fight takes place and possesses proven finishing abilities, both standing and on the ground.
Meu objetivo é se tornar grande campeão e chegar num evento como o UFC, ser grande lutador do UFC. E para isso eu me dedico todos os dias para chegar lá. Acho ele um adversário muito duro, ele anda sempre para frente, gosta da luta mais agarrada. Mas eu estou bem preparado, eu estudei bastante ele e com certeza eu quero sair com a vitória dessa luta.
This one promises to be all action as Furuheim goes for yet another dominant finish, while Nascimento looks to add a Norwegian scalp to his undefeated resume.
I feel like I'm very all-rounded, so for me it doesn't matter if it goes to the ground or if the fight keeps standing up. I think it's very all-rounded as well. I think it's too aggressive. I think it will come out swinging after my head, and I think I will catch him in between his guard. So if he wants to go to the ground, I will submit him, and if he wants to stand up, I will knock him out. But actually that's what I think.
Eu acho que ele não tem muito coração, e isso já na minha parte eu tenho bastante coração. Eu gosto da guerra, da trocação. Eu sou um cara bem aguerrido e não desisto fácil.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the fireworks? John Vetle Furuheim versus Mirlanio Nascimento.
To the blue corner, Mirlanio Nascimento.
This is Cage 63's 10th fight of the night as Mirlanio Nascimento takes on John Furuheim. And this is an exciting prospect versus prospect matchup. We, of course, have Mirlanio Nascimento, who styles himself as something of a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter, but is very, very dangerous at the end of the day. And that's what it really boils down to. Whether it's striking, whether it's on the ground, Mirlanio Nascimento is very dangerous. Every single fight has ended. One, he's undefeated, but two, every single fight of his has been a finish. 100% finish rate while being an undefeated fighter. Very aggressive with his striking. He's won via doctor stoppage, by KO, etc. Very, very dangerous. Whether it's on the ground or on the feet, Mirlanio Nascimento is incredibly dangerous. Alexei, welcome back for one.
Thank you.
And incredible work from you and your fighter tonight. in Nico Aikonen's performance. But what do you think about this matchup between Jan Furuheim and Mirlanio Nascimento?
I think this might turn out to be Furuheim's toughest test today. I've seen Nascimento's fights. Yes, he is talented, he's very skilled, and so is Jan Furuheim. But one thing that he has is he has the kind of confidence of an undefeated fighter that he walks around with. Like, yes, he's stepping in a short notice against Jan Furuheim, but he looks like he has prepared for this moment for a long time, and that's how he carries himself.
Right, yeah. I mean, and when you are undefeated, getting that feeling like, oh, you're giving me a top prospect to fight? Game on. You know, that's the kind of vibe that I get from Mirlanio Nascimento here tonight.
To the red corner, John Vetle Furuheim.
The trek to the cage from Oslo, Norway, John Vetle Furuheim out of Frontline Muay Thai. Jan Furuheim is an incredible fighter, a Muay Thai expert with accolades for days. I can't even list them all. And so, I mean, this gentleman is an incredible Muay Thai fighter, but not just that, he's also got incredible wrestling and a tight submission game and great balance, underrated takedown. He is a very, very complete mixed martial artist. Very young in his career still, but 6-1, a top prospect. It is uncontestable that he is destined for great things in the sport. I
agree. Like he has a great destiny awaiting him. It's just a matter of time. So he has to get through these fights like Mirlanio Nascimento to reach the top of the sport, and I believe honestly he will get there eventually. But is it now? Then I guess we'll see soon. But
he's got a tough test ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. But his striking is top notch. He has power. He is very physical, which is, even though he's young and now fighting at 70 kilos, but at featherweight, he's a very, very physical, strong featherweight. And one thing that speaks testament to his abilities is his only defeat was to a Swedish powerhouse, Wasio Adesina, who was able to out-wrestle Jan and control him earlier in Jan's career. And after that, his takedowns and takedown defense on another level. Like, he learns from these fights and he keeps getting better fast.
Yeah, absolutely. It's worth noting that, you know, he's got much more experience now behind him since that fight, and he's now on a 3-fight win streak. Here, when we look at the tail of the tape, we do see that there is a reach advantage in favor of Nascimento, but otherwise, these guys are fairly even. Jan Furuheim, I would guess, is the more experienced competitor considering his acumen and his accolades in Muay Thai, and the fact that he's been doing this for a very, very long time across a multitude of different combat sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by ShopperScreen. Tämän ottelun tarjoaa ShopperScreen. Elämykselliset AV-ratkaisut ja videotykkyjen vuokraus. In the blue corner, an undefeated Brazilian fighter with a professional record of 4 wins and no losses, weighing 69.6 kilos, Mirlanio Nascimento! And in the red corner, a Norwegian fighter with a professional record of 6 wins and only 1 loss. Weighing 70 kilos, fighting out of Oslo, Norway, John Vetle Furuheim!
honestly, this could be our fight of the night tonight. We have two highly talented prospects in mixed martial arts, one undefeated, the other 6-1, but with tremendous acumen across all of combat sports. This is a very exciting matchup with very high stakes for two top prospects. We're underway. Nascimento versus Furuheim. Furuheim starting to inch forward, trying to apply pressure. Nascimento staying very mobile.
Furuheim he's very fast, very powerful with both his kicks and punches.
Oh, that was a hard kick, but then return fire to the head from Nascimento.
And one thing is, he's also very good in exchanges. Like, you don't want to stand in the pocket exchanging with him. Like in his last fight, 9-second knockout, when his opponent started to throw a little reckless, Furuheim uses that high guard, dips his head, and comes up for the knockout. But
blasting forward with a jumping kick there is Nascimento. Oh, hard shot from Furuheim lands.
Great counter by Nascimento.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed. Nascimento seems completely unfazed by the strikes of Furuheim, like in these exchanges. He's standing there, staying cool, calm, and returning fire.
Yeah, Furuheim throwing a spinning kick and then a hard head kick that lands on Nascimento. But I believe that Nascimento is able to stay so calm in there because he believed in his own power as well. However, in this instance, it was just not sufficient. Furuheim saw an opening and he took it. And he has taken him out of there, once again securing yet another first-round finish.
I think it was the head kick that rocked him.
Rocked him, absolutely.
It didn't look at least from my perspective, that he got rocked, but once you're inside the cage and you're standing and you see someone's eyes go a little wobbly or roll back a little bit, you know they're hurt.
Yeah, excellent poker face there, and he did well to maintain composure.
Yeah,
there was a bit of a wobble from our angle, but then Furuheim saw what he needed to see.
And just swarmed.
Yeah, swarmed him, absolutely. Furuheim, of course, always respectful in victory or defeat. Nascimento visibly disappointed, of course, and visibly wounded as well. Unfortunately, receives now his first defeat of his career. But of course, Nascimento, quite the prospect himself. I'm sure he will be back after this and definitely better for having shared the cage with Jan Furuheim. Here you see an elbow landing for Furuheim. Nascimento is able to back up and avoid. There's the head kick that gives him a wobble there. And you can see, spinning back kick as well. But in that kind of that head kick that helped begin that finishing sequence, there was a wobble there. And again, looking at the camera angle, his eyes were a bit unsteady. Then Furuheim was able to swarm in and throw those uppercuts and land clean and put Nascimento down.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Peltonen has gone to stop this fight after 1 minute and 20 seconds of the first round. Winner by technical knockout, Jan Vetle Wonderboy Furuheim.
Jan Vetle Furuheim hands Mirlanio Nascimento, his first defeat and improves himself to 7-1 in the process. Very, very high skill cap for this young man, and I'm expecting great things from his career. As mentioned, it almost feels like a foregone conclusion that he will ascend to the highest levels of mixed martial arts, considering his skill set.
Jan Vetle, congratulations. You really brought some explosives to this cage this time.
Yeah, from the start to the end, I knew that he was going for the finish as well. And I hit with the switch kick to the head. And I could see it was a little bit wobble. My corner told me just go blazing, just go everything you can. And I uppercut him, he went down, and I finished him. And before this fight, he said I got no heart, but I think today I showed that I have a heart, and yeah, feels amazing.
This audience loves you, you know. It was really explosive start, also from his side. Did you feel that you have dominated all the time?
I thought he was going to come straight at me. I didn't think he was going to wait as much as he did. So, but anyway, it's a fight, you know. And from the beginning to the end, I'm always looking for the finish. And today I got it, and it feels great. Thank you for having me here in Finland. Thank you.
Amazing job, Jan Vetle Furuheim.
Yet another excellent performance from Jan Vetle Furuheim. Really tremendous. And I'm excited to see how he continues to develop as a prospect. Very, very excellent performance. He mentioned he put a lot of heart on display. Maybe, you know, a lot of it was getting through camp and in there. But from here, it mostly seemed like, you know, he was not in any tremendous danger, and he was doling out a pretty solid amount of offense himself. There were moments, of course, that Nascimento, you know, did have his own offense, and some of it was, you know, brilliant. But here, he landed that switch kick, and he dug in with those uppercuts, and that was all she wrote.
Beautiful performance by Jan Furuheim.
Absolutely. In a string of beautiful performances by Jan Furuheim.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing him back in November.
Cage 64 on the 23rd of November at Aino Areena Järvenpää. Live on pay-per-view at cage.fi.